Welcome to the exam sale video, where we'll be discussing the Microsoft Designing and Implementing Microsoft Azure Networking Solutions exam. In this video, we'll be covering the exam syllabus, including the different domains, their percentages, and what you can expect to learn in each section. The exam is divided into 5 domains, each with its own percentage weightage. The first domain, Design and Implement Core Networking Infrastructure, makes up 25% of the exam and covers virtual network architecture, IP addressing, and DNS configuration. The second domain, Design, Implement, and Manage Connectivity Services, also makes up 25% of the exam and focuses on site-to-site connectivity, express route, and virtual WAN integration. The third domain, Design and Implement Application Delivery Services, makes up 20% of the exam and covers load balancing, application gateway, and global traffic management. The fourth domain, Secure and Monitor Networks, makes up 20% of the exam and focuses on network security groups, firewall policies, and monitoring tools. The final domain, Design and Implement Private Access to Azure Services, makes up 10% of the exam and covers private link, private endpoints, and service endpoints. The first domain, Design and Implement Core Networking Infrastructure, covers the fundamental concepts of Azure networking, including virtual network architecture, IP addressing, and DNS configuration. You'll learn how to design and implement virtual networks, configure subnetting and IPv4/IPv6 addressing, and design and implement name resolution. This domain has a medium difficulty level and requires around 15 hours of learning time. The topics covered in this domain include designing and implementing Azure Virtual Networks, configuring subnetting and IPv4/IPv6 addressing, and designing and implementing name resolution. You'll also learn about creating and configuring virtual networks, configuring user-defined routes, and managing routing tables and propagation. The second domain, Design, Implement, and Manage Connectivity Services, focuses on site-to-site connectivity, express route, and virtual WAN integration. This domain has a high difficulty level and requires around 20 hours of learning time. You'll learn about designing and implementing site-to-site and point-to-site VPNs, configuring high availability for VPN gateways, and managing VPN gateway SKUs and performance. Some of the key topics covered in this domain include designing and implementing site-to-site VPN connections, implementing point-to-site VPN with Radius or Azure AD, and configuring high availability for VPN gateways. You'll also learn about designing and implementing Azure Express Route, configuring Express Route circuits, and implementing Express Route peering. The third domain, Design and Implement Application Delivery Services, covers load balancing, application gateway, and global traffic management. This domain has a high difficulty level and requires around 18 hours of learning time. You'll learn about designing and implementing Azure Load Balancer, configuring load balancing rules and session persistence, and implementing health probes for backend monitoring. Some of the key topics covered in this domain include designing and implementing public and internal load balancers, configuring load balancing rules, and implementing health probes. You'll also learn about designing and implementing Azure Application Gateway, configuring listeners and backend pools, and implementing SSL/TLS termination and end-to-end encryption.